So question number 1, they're giving us, let me write it here a little bigger for us, 8.603 forever. So we have this 603 repeating pattern forever. And they want us to write it as a rational number, meaning a fraction, P over Q. How do we do it? So step number 1, we've got to separate the fixed, let's just say the fixed and repeating parts. First thing is you got to say, what do I mean? We've got to say this is 8 plus 0.603 bar. You got to separate the fixed part and the repeating parts. So that's 8 plus 0.603 bar. Tracking with me so far? That's step number 1. Step number 2. Write the repeating part over the number of 9s. Write the, well, let's just say it this way. Write the repeating part, the number of 9s in the denominator equal the number of repeating digits. So we're going to write the repeating part, and the number of 9s in the denominator is the number of repeating digits. So again, this is 8 plus 603. How many digits are repeating? 3 digits, so we put 3 9s. This good so far? Now, step 3, keep it right here so you can see it well. Add with common denominator, or make it a mixed number. So you're going to add them with a common denominator or just make it a mixed number. And I think that'd be a better way to go. Let's just make this a mixed number. So that's what it is, right? It's 8 and 603 over 999. Well, just a little bit. 8, 603 over 999, right? That's what 8 plus 603 over 999 is, right? 8 plus 603 over 999 is 8 and 603 over 999. So I just made it a mixed number. I don't want to mess with common denominators. Just make it a mixed number. Just put it back together again. And step 4, change to improper and reduce. So you know how to change that number to improper, right? How do we take that mixed number and change it to improper?
Multiply the 999 by 8 and then add the 603.
Exactly. Yeah, we recently reviewed that. Yeah, you multiply the bottom, add the top, right? And you keep the same denominator. That doesn't change, huh? When you do this, it's still going to be 999 on the bottom. Definitely got to use your calculator. Big numbers here. So multiply the bottom, 8 times 999. Add the top. I'm getting 8595 over 999. Now, last step, reduce. Now, a lot of you have, probably almost all of you have a calculator that will do the reduction for you automatically. Do you know how to do that on your calculator? If you all had the exact same type, I would show you, because that would be quick and easy in one way for everyone. But but you have several different calculators, so I can't really show you how to do it as a group. But I would be glad to help you independently. Grab me, send me a text, and I'll Zoom chat with you, and I'll show you, if you're not sure how to do it on your calculator. It will save you a lot of time in the reduction. It's usually, it depends on the calculator again, but it's usually some kind of bar, box over box button like that. There's a fraction button, or maybe it's, sometimes it's, what are the other ones? Sometimes it does, I don't know, P and Q, or I can't remember now what the other ones look like. But there might be some kind of a fraction button. It might just say fraction, or it might say, I don't know, A divided by B or something like that. I don't know. So there's some kind of button on your calculator, usually on almost all the calculators these days, where you can just put in 8595 over 999, and it will do it for you automatically. Yeah, in fact, it might be worth 1 second here. It probably is worth just a little bit of time. Let me just go to the internet real quick. What if I typed in, I know the Casio Natural Display. That's a very nice one. I know a lot of people have it. It's my favorite. It's super nice. Let me just show the screen on that thing and show the button. There it is. So you're all seeing this, right? So right there, do you see? I'm trying to make this as big as, right over here. See that fraction thing right there? Just below the calc button, that's your fraction button. Right there. See where my cursor is? Right there, just below the calc button. There's your fraction button. That thing's beautiful. It'll automatically reduce fractions for you. It's right there. Really nice. Right there for you. So use that one. There's some TI calculators that'll do it as well. I forget what the buttons are on the TIs. Let me see it. I'll just type in TI calculator, see what I get. Just want to see if I can show you the button. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people have this one. This one's not as nice. Oh, no, wait, that's the graphing one. I don't mean that one. I mean this one here. This one. A lot of people have this one. This one isn't quite as user friendly, I don't think. It's good though. It'll do everything you need. It's just a little more work to get it to go. It won't. It's also not very nice. It's not popping up for me. Come on, calculator, pop up. I can't see the button there. Yeah, that one's, I don't like the TIs quite as much. Yeah, a lot of people have this one. Let me look at, oh, there it is, A, B over C. There it is. It's that button. If you have this TI-30X thing, I'm sorry, I can't seem to make it big for some reason. It won't pop up where you could see it. What does it TI-30X says? Yeah. I don't know why it won't pop up. But anyway, it's this button right here. It says A, B, C. Yeah, so enough said. I'll write it on my iPad screen here for you. All right. Yeah, so it might be, the button is A, B over C on the TI. I think it's like that. So anyway, it'll help you. I'll do it by hand. Yeah, no, the pinch and the zoom, that was my laptop screen, which is not a touch screen. So, all right. So anyway, so I'm going to reduce by hand here. So how do you do this? You can just divide top and bottom by 9. And we'll get it. So it's going to be 955 over 111. And that's as reducing as it gets. So they're asking you for P and Q on this question. So that's the P, that's the Q. Is that making sense? So that's the P and that's the Q. On this question, they're saying, what is P? P is 955 and Q is 111. Back on the original question, would it be helpful if I go back there? See right here, they said P over Q, and then you put P right there and you put Q right there. So the P over Q is the top and the bottom of the fraction P and Q, like that. Yeah, I could, questions on this one before I move? Is that good? Any questions I can answer? If you want to take a picture of this or do anything. There's the whole problem, all the 4 steps. So step 1, we separated the whole number part from the repeating part, right here. Step 1, separating them, the whole number part and the repeating part. Step 2, write the repeating part where the number of 9s in the denominator is the number of repeating digits. So we had 3 repeating digits, we put it over 3 9s. And then we made it a mixed number, just 8 and 603. And then we changed to improper, multiply the bottom, add the top, and then we just reduced it. And your calculator will do that automatically. Yeah. I couldn't here. I was searching. Let me go. Here's the last sports thing I was looking at. Let me see. Let me go to TI calculator. I'm going to search again, this time on my iPad, because I can pinch and expand and do nicer things here. Let me see. Where's the TI? What's the one that a lot of people have? TI 30. That's it. Let me go back to the TI 30. 30X. Yeah, that's it. 30X calculator. Yeah, a lot of people have that. Yeah, there we go. So a lot of people have that. Yeah, there it is. So I can make it big. Everybody see that one now? See the AB? I'll make it choose. See that ABC button right there? That's your fraction button. That if you have that calculator, that's your fraction button. It'll do fractions here. I'll move it over. I can draw on it, and that'll handle your fractions. One more time, real quick here. Right here. Put this in. There we go. So now I can actually draw on it. Get big and draw on it. All right. Whoa, where'd it go? Made it a little too big. All right. So there it is. And I can draw right there. That's your fraction button. If you have the TI 30XX, that's your fraction button right there. It'll handle fractions for you automatically. It'll reduce automatically. It's super nice. And getting back here, if you have the I'm going to do the Casio again, which is even a nicer calculator, I think. Casio natural display calculator. That one's the most user friendly I've found for students. They like it a lot. So let me look at that one. Going to Walmart again. Walmart's got it. What a deal. All right, so there it is. It's a little blurry. But take a picture, move it over. I'm going to show you this one, and then we'll be done. But this isn't worth a little bit of time because it will save you. I'm trying to save you hours of tedious work with fractions. So this one will also, here's the Casio natural display. Here's the fraction. Sorry, there we go. Here's the fraction button right there on the Casio natural display. That's got that. It's really user friendly. It even looks like a fraction. It's super nice. And by the way, this button right here, SD, this changes on the Casio natural display. This changes between decimal and fraction for you automatically. Super user friendly. So there we go. There's a couple buttons on that. All right. So there's two of the main calculators that people get and use, and where the fraction buttons are. All right. So I'll leave it at that. I'm glad to help you independently. Dial in with me, and I will be glad to help.